Here are some do's when you're looking for an investment. First, do it full-time, not part-time. I'm not sure whether you're aware of that. The task of looking for investment is really tough. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time from you. So you want to do it full-time instead of part-time. So if you have a partner in your company, you can just delegate your work to your partner while you focus in getting investors. Do find multiple sources at once, meaning multiple potential investors at once. Be spoiled for choices. Remember what I said about don't be desperate? This is how that you can make yourself not desperate. Find multiple investors at once, and chances are you may get a few people interested to invest in you. Do get used to be rejected. A lot of large unicorn companies actually got rejected many times. So it is common for companies to be rejected by investors. We're talking about large multi-billion-dollar corporations who got rejected as well. Even, the author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, she actually got rejected by 15 publishers before she landed her first publisher. So even a billion-dollar author like J.K. Rowling got rejected many times too. So get used to this. Do investigate the investor's previous deals and current portfolio structure. You want to know who are their investees so that you know what kind of areas or what kind of companies that they are interested to invest in. This helps to give you a higher chance to be invested by them because investors invest into areas that they are familiar with. Do prepare all your documents. These documents are like detailed financials of your company, projections, agreements, and etc. Because if you got them interested, they may want to have more information about your company immediately. So you want to have all these documents prepared and ready to be sent to them. You don't want them to wait for too long. And you should also remember that you need to adjust or customize these documents to suit a specific investor. So make sure that your documents are easily updatable or easily editable. Do prepare a list of answers to frequently asked questions. So generally investors ask you more or less the same kind of questions. What is your burn rate? How much profit you make? Your revenue? What's your next 3 months plan in your company? Who are your potential customers in the next 1 year? What's the projected number of users that you have, your active users, and a lot more. So you want to prepare all the answers for these FAQs. So if you cannot spot the questions that they may ask, you need to go and meet a lot of them, and then these investors will give you those FAQ. Then you compile a list of it. So the next time that you go to the next investor, you already have a list of FAQ that you are ready to answer. So remember when I told you that you should look for least important investors first, then only you go and approach the more important investors? That's where you get to collect your FAQs. And that's where you get to practice to pitch to these people. Talking about pitching, remember to always practice your pitching. I can never emphasize this more. Pitching is very important. A lot of founders actually are not really good salespeople. So you need to practice to be a salespeople. You need to practice to sell your company to these investors. Remember, you're not the only one asking them for money. I'm sure there are a lot of people doing that too. So you need to practice your pitching, make it more concise, compelling. So the best way to do this is to pitch in front of people, any kind of people. Your mom, your dad, your spouse, your friends, your business friends, even strangers. Anyone who are willing to listen to your pitch and also willing to give good feedback. That's where you improve your pitch. Remember. Okay, so practice your pitching. So once you got them interested, do prepare to negotiate your valuation. Valuation is always the biggest problem when you're discussing an investment with an investor. They want to always lower down the valuation of your company, and you, on the other hand, always want to increase your valuation. Remember, the lower the valuation, the more shares, the more that they get from you. The higher the valuation, the least that they get from you. You get more instead. So you have to find that balance between you and them. If you cannot negotiate well, if you don't know how to negotiate well, find a friend to be there with you when you negotiate. So play the role of a good cop, bad cop thing. You know what I mean? So you can be the good cop. Usually you're the good cop. So you have to find another friend who is like the bad cop. I'm not saying that you must be good and you must be bad. I'm just giving you that scenario where you will be the good cop, which is someone that they like, and your friend will be the bad cop, someone who could ask the hard questions, would negotiate harder than you. So eventually you get what you want to get, but not through you, but through your friend. Or, of course, this friend should be a lawyer, but I know lawyer is expensive to hire, so you may get someone like a friend who is good in negotiating.